This is Dr. Duresti with the Cranial Release Technique, and I just wanted to follow up from the other day's little presentation that I did. You know, one of the things about being a chiropractor is we were exposed to a concept called universal intelligence. And the simple way to understand that, here I am in New York City, and about a week or two ago, it was in the 90s and everyone had their air conditioners running. And now it's back into the 60s, 70s, so kind of back to normal. So who or what flipped the switch? Who or what flipped the switch for the fall to begin? Well, that universal intelligence is what's controlling everything that we're aware of and not aware of. The stars, the moon, the planets, the sun, the things like that, the big things, the tides, all the things that we've now sort of understood through scientific exploration. But there is some, you must admit that there is some intelligence controlling everything that we're aware of and the things that we're not yet aware of. A little piece of that intelligence is inside all living beings, and that's called innate intelligence. And that innate intelligence is what allows us to sweat when we become overheated or to get goose pimples when we get cold. So this internal portion of the universal intelligence or innate intelligence is what chiropractors have always discussed and have always appreciated and studied. That innate intelligence uses the central nervous system, the brain, spinal cord, and the nerves to control and coordinate all functions in the body. I mean, that's just been scientifically proven. So what does all this have to do with cranial release? Well, the purpose of the cranial release technique is to understand that these 22 cranial bones that make up your head are actually not solid. Well, the bones are solid, but there's movement taking place between the bones. That movement can be diminished, the alignment of the bones can be altered or distorted, and that will negatively impact how the brain and central nervous system functions. So, yes, we have this universal intelligence, which is helping to keep everything in balance. Yes, we have this internal or innate intelligence, which is doing its best through the central nervous system to keep everything in balance in you and me and all living creatures. But yet in humans and in most animals, these cranial bones can shift, twist, misalign, whatever word you're comfortable with, and that can negatively impact how the central nervous system functions, and then imbalance begins within the body. And of course, just like the person who has the car and waits for the oil light to go on and then adds some oil and waits for the oil light to come back on and adds some oil that you're low with oil, friends of mine who are auto mechanics call those the idiot lights. The idiot lights are for non-mechanics so that we say, hey, this is a running mechanical contraption that we have to maintain. We have to change the oil. We have to tune it up. We have to do all the things that we do. Okay, and that's, maybe you like that example, maybe you don't. But in the body, we get the lights that come on that say things like headaches or back pain or skin trouble or digestion, or you're not sleeping well, or you don't have energy, or you're argumentative, or whatever it happens to be. You may want to think of those as what the mechanics call the idiot lights, to say, hey, maybe there's something deeper that I have to take a look at. Maybe there's a cause of these headaches as opposed to just popping a pill and making the headache go away. So in this brief presentation, I just wanted to touch on, again, if you're out there and you'd like to get looked at from a different set of eyes than what you've probably ever experienced before, you might want to take a look and find a cranial release practitioner in your area. Simple to do. You can go to cranialrelease.com and just search on a practitioner, and hopefully there's someone in your area. If not, you can always email me directly from the website. If you're a practitioner out there and you'd like to learn more about cranial release, it's simple. Just go to cranialrelease.com and poke around, order a free report. But there's also a button called Online Training Program. And if you hit that button, that will take you to another video of where I can explain this at a little deeper level. So you'll understand that whether you're a chiropractor or a medical doctor or a dentist or an osteopath or a naturopath or any licensed healthcare provider, you may want to look into providing cranial release technique for your patients. I think that would make a lot of sense. In addition to that, this video will then end up back on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't been to YouTube and visited the cranial release technique, you can search me there as well, and you can subscribe, as well as I'll put this on Facebook, and you can visit our page on Facebook at the cranial release technique. Again, my name is Dr. Duresti. Thank you so much for watching today's short video, and I wish you health and happiness in all that you do. Thank you so much. Goodbye.